Hello, race fans, and welcome to Watkins Glen here in upstate, or actually in New York. It's not quite upstate out there on the handle there in New York. And what a fabulous track this is. It's been known as the Mecca of road racing in America, and we are just so proud to be here. It's week number 10 here in the GV8. Gross MTV proudly presents today's broadcast, and it will be presented by GetDirtyMX.com. I'm JD Smith. Alongside me in the booth is Kane Kraft, and what a special edition broadcast we do have for you today, as this will be our first unlive broadcast of the year. It is previously recorded, but that's not the problem. Is actually going to make for a very fun broadcast, because we will actually get a glimpse of the broadcasters trying to race with the drivers today, and that's going to be something fun to watch. One thing to look for is my good buddy Kane here with me. How you doing, buddy?
Good. I recovered from my hurt ego.
Well, the guys watching live don't know anything yet, so I don't want to spoil it for them yet. I got a hurt ego too, but we're going to watch the old look at the point standings, as Kane's done a good job putting that up on the screen for us. Right now, it's just been the Greg Carr show up to this point, but with a very fast closing Nigel Baines and Nils Jordan. If Greg's not able to get himself some podiums, and I don't think he has to really win a race to stay on top. He's just going to need to keep doing well for the remainder of the season. But the fun battle is going to be for that second place title this season. And right now, Nils Jordan has just a small lead over Nigel Baines, and Mario Girard creeping in there as well. So very fun. And if Glenn Sidman continues to do well, he'll creep up there as well, Kane. We only have 3 weeks left. You know, we have this week at the Glen, and then next week we will be at Virginia International Raceway, and then we'll close out the final race of the season the following week. And this season has really flown by, and it's really crunch time for a lot of these drivers that want to finish well this season.
Yeah, it is. We got just 2 races left, and with the guys creeping up, if Greg Carr would have another couple bad weeks, it is possible that they could gain enough points. Someone else could gain enough points to take over this championship. But Greg Carr usually finishes well enough where he gets enough points that it's going to be tough. But that possibility is there.
Well, the number 5 driver of the Can-Am Motorsports Falcon does a fantastic job week in and week out to put himself in the ultimate premium position to be successful. And here we are, week 10. He's really going to have to start to suffer from this week on if he's going to have any chance of falling out of that leader position in the points. Greg is at the point now where he controls his own destiny at this point. All guys like Nigel Baines and Nils Jordan can do right now is push hard each week and just hope that something happens with Greg. But Greg Carr does control his own destiny to a championship. You know, he is the defending champion from season 1, and here in season 2. We're happy to see him try to repeat. It's really tough to become a champion, but to do it back to back is really quite a task, and that's what we're looking at with the number 5 driver this season. Looking on down the list, a couple other shout outs we really need to talk about. Some of the guys that have really improved over the season. Nigel Baines really stepped it up. He won Brands Hatch, was fantastic job there. Mario Girard has really stepped up his game ever since the 31 laps of Bathurst a few weeks ago. Glen Sidman, Kane, has really done well. He missed the first 2 weeks of the season, and he joined us in week 3, and ever since has just put up outstanding numbers, and his total shows. You take away 2 races from the other guys, and he's right up there at the top with Greg Carr and Nils Jordan. He'll be just under Greg Carr, I believe. But good job by Glen Sidman there in the True Blue Falcon as well. Jason Lundy, another guy who's really started to up his game here lately. He's been finishing up near the top 5 close podiums. A good job by Jason Lundy. Another driver who's shown a lot of improvement is Chris Hogan, and he's really stepped it up. I know he's had some help from a good friend of ours, Marty Carroll, who's just been really phenomenal in this series. I do have some news. We're going to have 2 absent drivers today that are normally here with us in the league. One is Marty Carroll. He's going to be unable to make it to Watkins Glen. Another one that I hate that not going to be able to make it is Jim Egan. I saw where Jim Egan left a message on the Grossim forums. And so very unfortunate, going to miss Jim Egan. This will actually be his first race that I think he's ever missed in Grossim, Kane.
I think so. I don't recall a time where he has ever missed a race, so that's definitely an unfortunate event. He's feeling pretty bad if he's going to miss a race.
Yeah, I hate it for him because just from him being so consistently here has put him in the 8th position in points, but I don't want to cut him short. He's a really good driver, and I know that he, is hating to miss this race. We'll look for him to come back to Virginia International Raceway next week. But without further ado, we need to get ready to head down towards the track, Kane, and get this thing started. Like we said, it is the Broadcaster Challenge week as well, where we just kind of have some fun as broadcasters and join our good friends down on the track for some fun action. So if you see a car with a broadcaster's name, that's what's happening. We're down there with them. Like I said, we race this race a little earlier tonight, but we're not going to spoil anything for you. We're going to broadcast it just as it is a live broadcast, and hope you guys enjoy it. We truly enjoyed the race, and we're going to head down to the track in just a minute and get this thing started. One thing I want to do, Kane, is I want to give out the qualifying results, and this is how the qualifying ended up. Nigel Baines is our pole sitter in the number 36 Spotty Dog Cake M squared car, and he got a time of 1:12.09. Just unbelievable, as he almost was down in the 1:11s. Right behind him with a close second is going to be the number 5 Can-Am Motorsports machine of Greg Carr. He had a time of 1:12.28 seconds, so that is a fantastic job by the front row. Third is going to be Mario Girard and Tony Klusterman behind him. Row 3 is going to be Jason Lundy in the number 14 with Glen Sidman beside him. In the 4th row is going to be Jason Fox and Chris Hogan. In row 5, look for Daniil Manningkoff and Nils Jordan. In row 6, Kyle Herron will be lined up with Zach Baker. And in row 7, Trevor Pickett and Kane Kraft. And in row 8, it's going to be Avery McDonald lined up beside J.D. Smith. In row 9, look for Peter Hebron and Mark Myers. That is how they line up. We have 18 here on the docket for today in race 1. This is a 2-race format tonight here at the Glen. We'll have 2 26-lap races, and in the second race, there will be a mandatory 4-tire pit stop. So, this is going to be fun to see how this unwinds, Kane, not only for the broadcasters, but it's really going to be fun to see how it goes for these guys in this points championship. Nigel's really trying to attack Greg Carr and try to catch up to him in the points, so it'll be fun to see how those two keep an eye on both those cars in this race.
Yeah, no doubt. Both have set some some spectacular times, and both of them seem to like this track a lot. So I'm very anxious to watch that race and see how it turns out.
Well, the cars are on the grid, and we're going to get this thing turned green here in just a second. So I'm going to turn it on over to my great friend Kane Kraft to get us started.
Yeah, they are on the grid. It looks like they're about ready to start revving. So they're about ready to go in 3, 2, 1. They are off. Clean so far going down into turn 1. JD, are you still with us, bud?
Yes, I'm still here, my friend. I was just broadcasting away and didn't have my button pushed down to talk. My microphone was off. I apologize. I was sitting here saying I'm watching this battle up front between Tony Klusterman and Greg Carr, and what a great job they've been doing as Tony Klusterman started out in the 4th position and is now up to 2nd, right behind our leader, Nigel Baines. Currently right now, Greg Carr in the number 5 Can-Am Motorsports Ford Falcon trying to make his way up to the top 2 right now as he's looking on at Tony Klusterman and Nigel Baines. He's really wanting to get up there and hold on tight to a podium position for the moment. Back in the 4th position is the number 27 Road Chart Racing machine of our good friend Mario Girard. He's doing a really good job right now, on pace to try to catch up to Greg Carr. Good battle right now throughout the field, Kane. Another good driver. Look back in the 6th position. I think he's fallen back to 7th, I believe. Or maybe 8th is Chris Hogan there, as he's right behind 2 great drivers. He's behind Jason Fox and Glenn Sidman. You know how dangerous Glenn Sidman can be in the number 83 True Blue Falcon.
Yeah, the Silent Stalker, he's pretty dangerous. He'll kind of stay back there mid-pack or so, but by the end of the race, he's always up there in the podium. He is such a clean driver, and he always seems to be crawling his way up to the front there, and seems to always get overlooked until he gets up there, and then it's like, wow, there he is, Glenn Sidman in 3rd place for the podium.
Yeah, always good job there. That's why you got the old nickname for me, the Silent Stalker. He finds a way to get up there in the nitty-gritty and does a good job getting there. Tell you what, Kane, just watching along right now, and really good job by all the drivers so far. I don't know if you caught it because my microphone was muted at the time. I was watching in the rear pack. I was watching a part of the Broadcaster Challenge, and the number 24 car of J.D. Smith that I was piloting earlier got spun out there. I spun myself out there, got a little too aggressive going into one of the turns. Met up with the Bones Ford Falcon car of my good friend Kane Kraft. So we're always beside each other in the booth. I guess I thought I'd get right there with you in the race too, buddy.
Yeah, that's alright. That put me kind of in the back here having a battle with Trevor Pickett coming out of the pits, and I make a little one of those mistakes myself here at the end of this stretch here. I decided to go ahead and land him at the inside, and rather than have another incident, I decided, no, I want to go ahead and cut that short and go ahead and take the access road.
Yeah. And that's exactly what you did, and we're watching right now, and that actually ended up being a pretty big part of this first race for you, wasn't it, Kane? I believe.
Yeah, that's where I lost most of my time, but kind of got me a little flustered and not paying much attention. Then I had another little accident coming out of the next turn and got into the wall, which allowed the leaders by. But from that point on, I had a great race.
It really looks like it. There we see Chris Hogan trying to catch up to the number 51 car of Jason Fox, and Glen Sidman still driving forward. I'm going to do a rundown of how things are going so far as everybody's crossing the finish line. In first place right now currently is Nigel Baines in the number 36 Ford Falcon right there. Back in second right now is the number 5 Can-Am Motorsports driver of Greg Carr. Back in third is the Never Quit Racing Ford Falcon of Tony Kloosterman. So good job right there by Tony Kloosterman, battling really tough. All right, behind Tony is Mario Gerard back in the 4th position. He's right on Tony Kloosterman's tail. A good battle right there. Glen Sidman in the 83 car is back in 5th. In 6th position is Jason Fox in the number 51, and battling really close with Jason Fox is Chris Hogan. Just overtook him, so I'm going to have to change that. It goes Chris Hogan in 6th now, Jason Fox in 7th. 8th is going to be Daniil Manninghoff. 9th goes to Nils Jordan. Rounding out the top 10 will be the number 25 car of Kyle Herring. And that's how they race to that point. Avery McDonald is back in the 11th, with 12th going to Zach Baker. 13th is Mark Myers in the 04 Fago Ford Falcon. Back in 14th position is the number 6 car of Peter Hebron, with 15th going to the Get Dirty MX Ford Falcon of J.D. Smith. Jason Lundy holding down the number 14 car back in 16th position in the Woody's Lures Ford Falcon. And in 15th back in 15th place, I'm trying to find him on the track, or 16th, well, I'm lost it, 17th, I apologize, guys, is Trevor Pickett. And that's kind of how it goes going down the back of the field there. And so far, so good. Most everybody's okay on the track right now. Couple of good battles around the track though, Kane. Going back to the 3rd and 4th place battle between Greg Carr and Tony Kloosterman there in 3rd. Really good job by Tony Kloosterman to hang up there with Greg Carr, buddy. Yeah, it really has. Never Quit Racing Ford doing a really good job. I tell you, looking right behind him, Mario Gerard looking really good as well, back in the 4th position. Glen Sidman up there in 5th. So that's our top 5. Currently here on lap number 7 of 26. And, you know, we've seen Glen Sidman slide up in the top 3 quite often. So it'll be fun to see if he can climb up there in the top 3 there. Also a great battle. Look back at Daniil Manninghoff and Nils Jordan and Kyle Herring, all 3 of them right there kind of racing together as they're going through the bus stop here, heading around the carousel. Daniil Manninghoff gets a great jump out of the bus stop and gets a really good gap on Nils Jordan. They were literally bumper to bumper going into the bus stop, and got a really good jump on him. Should be 8th, 9th. Yeah, they're side by side right now, Kane Craft, and we got to overtake right now. Nils Jordan able to make the pass on Daniil Manninghoff. Kyle Herring's able to tuck in behind the 2 that are battling hard for position. That makes it fun because it's fixing to be a true 3-way battle here as they go into turn 1. Oh, there is trouble on the track. Kyle Herring gets off track there. That is going to cause some problems for Kyle. He is actually into the sidewall barrier and facing reverse. He's going to have to get the car turned back around in the grass right there. Very, very tough. He's actually going to drive it back to get in the cement area. and get the car turned around. Tough break for the number 25 driver, Kyle Herring. Yeah, it was a very good move. Very proud of him for doing that. It's takes a lot of sportsmanship to be able to do that, because it causes Kyle to lose a lot more time, but it makes everybody else a little safer on the track. So good job by him. I do want to watch back towards the front for just a minute there. I'm going back to watch the battle between Tony Kloosterman and Mario Gerard. Tony Kloosterman has fallen, or is in the third position, but not fallen, I apologize. He has actually maintained third position, but look at Mario Gerard coming up on him in the rearview mirror there. Mario looking really good right now. In fact, Mario Gerard, if he keeps up the current pace, he should edge off a little more time there. He can maybe make that about a 2 or 2.5 car length there. Tell you another driver I want to look at right now is Chris Hogan in the number 10 GetDirtyMX.com paint. He is right there in front of Jason Fox right now, battling for 6th position, and a great job, big improvement we've seen from Chris Hogan over the past few weeks, Kane. He has really grown as a race car driver with his racecraft and speed. Just killer job there by the number 10 GetDirtyMX.com Ford Falcon. Oh, and yeah, he gets that inside barrier, and it sends him for a little tailspin there. That's going to cause big trouble, as he's going to have to get towed back to pit road. And that's going to be a big breather for the number 10 right there, as that's going to give him a break. Just looking around on the track right now, got a lot of good things going on around the track. Our fellow broadcaster Avery McDonald has worked his way up to the 10th position. Kane, a great job there in the peak performance Ford Falcon right there, the number 29 car of Avery McDonald. So good job by our fellow broadcasting mate there. Yeah, it looks really good. I'll tell you, another driver showing big improvement right now is the number 04 Fago Ford Falcon driver of Mark Myers, right behind Avery in the 11th position right now. He's still looking really good as well, showing some improvement here at the Glen right now. It's good to see the purple Fago Ford up there looking good tonight. And as we watch the leader just put J.D. Smith a lap down, Nigel Baines just piling through this field. Right now, J.D. Smith's got some of the leaders trying to make a move around him. Right there you see Trevor Pickett, but now he's got big trouble with the number 5 right there. I get out of the way and let the 5 by. And so the 5 will get by with ease to try to catch back up to Nigel Baines. Nigel really getting away with a big advantage right now, Kane. That lead's grown to about 10 seconds, I believe. Tell you what, look at the number 121 car of Tony Kloosterman right now. He's got a great battle right now with Mario Gerard and Glenn Sidman right back there. There's that three-way battle for third place, and this is really, really fun to watch right now. As you see, the Get Dirty car go wide and almost caused trouble for Glenn Sidman there. That was really trouble right there for the number 24. Rough job by myself right there. But it actually caused Glenn to have to fall away from the pack a little bit there, and that's going to hurt that battle between Mario Gerard and Tony Kloosterman, as those two are still neck and neck. Yeah, and that's a good little team right there. It's our first race together as a team, and right there letting Chris Hogan there in the number 10 car get the pass going into the bus stop, Kane. He actually has a good race going, and I've had trouble to this point, so figured it'd be better if I let my teammate go on by with no problem, and I can just work on my lap pace a little more. But I'm telling you, this battle between Tony Klusherman and Mario Girard is really looking good right now. Tony doing a fantastic job of keeping the Road Shark Racing Ford Falcon in his rearview mirror, because Mario has looked fantastic here at Watkins Glen so far. Here they go into that tough turn one right now, Kane, and both drivers take beautiful racecraft. They have beautiful lines. Maybe Tony got a little bit wide. Glenn Sidman gets really far down into the runoff area. He's going to lose some more time right there. It's going to be costly for Glenn Sidman. Oh, I love doing some onboard broadcasting as we're here looking at the car of Mario Girard. And go ahead and announce that for just a second and tell us what's going on inside as you see him going around the carousel right now. Tell you what, as you're seeing him going around the final turn here, turn 8 at Watkins Glen, it's really hard to get it's really hard to keep smooth through there, as it's very easy to get the car loose and get upset. Here you see him going through the start finish line, heading down into turn number 1. This Mario gets a nice braking line through there, follows Tony exactly. And the thing you want to watch out for, if you start following the guy in front of you too much, you tend to mirror their moves and you can't get any progress done. So the best thing to do is look ahead of that driver and try to focus on the track. Don't race the guy in front of you, race the track. And I think that's what Mario is trying to do right now. Board footage there from Kane Kraft right there. Thanks, buddy. That was a treat. Those two still battling through the bus stop. Just a phenomenal job. I do want to say that currently right now, just great battles all around the track, trying to look around. We got a three-way battle right now with DeMille Manningkoff, Niels Jordan trying to get around J.D. Smith again, as hopefully he's not holding up traffic too bad, but there's just a three-way battle there as getting lapped right there again, or J.D.'s fixing to get put lapped down by some more cars. Niels Jordan has the lead over Daniil Manningkoff. And we saw Daniil just a little earlier as he had just a little bit of trouble and got slowed down for a minute. He's starting to make some of that time back up, Kane. He's in the 8th position right now, trying to catch up to Niels Jordan in the 7th. We've seen Niels Jordan lately just do some phenomenal things and really, really improve his racing lately, as he has, started out the season looking really, really good. And man, we're going 3 wide down the front stretch. And almost some trouble for Daniil as tries to go to the inside there and gets the car loose. And rough spot there. I hate to watch that, as myself was involved there. I hate to be a part of that. And yikes.
Niels Jordan made it through though in 7th place now, working his way up.
Yeah, that's going to be a help there to Niels Jordan by myself there. That was not intentional there. But when I think we were just sitting there 3 wide, I remember that happening now. And I had nowhere to go. And so all I could do was just try to hold straight, get on the brakes, and hopefully slow down before the others. And I think what happened was Daniil locked his brakes up there. And when he did, it got the car sideways. And luckily, we didn't all get taken out there, but it could have been disastrous. Luckily, he's not that far behind Kane. Daniil's still on pace to he can catch Niels again.
Yeah, I think so. He's definitely got a good pace on this track. I think he'll be able to catch back up.
Looking right now, we saw him fall way back earlier. Kane Kraft in the number 19 Bones Ford Falcon moving his way back up through the field, trying to make up some time right now. Currently back in 17th, but we saw the trouble from earlier. He's got a really good lap pace going right now. Maybe he can catch up real soon. Looking behind him, trying to look who's behind you, Kane. It is
Avery McDonald.
That is Avery McDonald, who's currently in the 9th position. So you're watching a little bit of broadcasters action here from the Broadcaster Challenge. Don't go on the track very often, so we'll take a little bit of camera time. And tell you what, just to give you a little rundown, man, Nigel Bain's still putting down a fantastic performance. He's really doing good right now. He's got out to that early lead and is not letting anybody catch him right now. He just put Jason Fox a lap down in the number 51 car, so it's fun to watch. Greg Carr still in 2nd place. 3rd place is Tony Klusterman with a close battling Mario Girard in 4th. 5th right now is Glen Sidman. That rounds out our top 5. Chris Hogan still in 6th place in the Get Dirty MX Ford Falcon. And back in 7th is Nils Jordan. And Daniil Manninghoff has made up some ground. He is in 8th position and catching back up to Nils Jordan a little bit, slowly but surely. Then we go back to 9th place. Avery McDonald is back in 9th with Kyle Herron in 10th. Kyle Herron has Mark Meyer on his tail in 11th as Mark Meyer starting to close in on Kyle Herron, buddy. Jason Lundy back in the 13th position with Peter Hebron on his tail. In 13th. He is Jason Lundy's just passed him and moved up into 12th. I apologize.
Yeah, Lundy must have had something go wrong that I didn't see for him to be back there in 12th place.
Tell you what, Kane Kraft just made another pass for 16th, and next on his slate is the number 24 for our Get Dirty MX car of J.D. Smith. He is chasing him down, and that 24 car better get moving quick. Gonna go back and check on that fun battle from earlier. Tony Klusterman and Mario Girard still going at it here on lap number 18 of 26, folks, and this is still a great battle for lap after lap after lap. Here I see him going into the bus stop right now. Tony Klusterman doing a fantastic job of keeping Mario Girard in his rearview mirror. Has had no pressure put on visibly that we can see. He may be sweating bullets in the cockpit right there, Kane, but we sure can't tell because he has just literally been cold as ice and he hasn't flinched a bit. He has literally been just smooth and consistent, and Mario's been on his tail, but Mario just can't seem to get enough speed to try to make a passing move, so he's just tucked in right now for now. Maybe he's waiting for a little later in the race to make his move.
He's definitely putting on some serious pressure there, though. Tony Klusterman just must have made a decision not to look in the rearview mirror, because if he was looking in the rearview mirror, he'd be a little concerned.
Yeah, he must have some black tape over the mirror or something. It's definitely not phasing him one bit. I know I would be a mess right now if I had that number 27 car looking down my mirror like that. Glen Sidman moving up there too. Tell you what, the 83 is a car they really need to be careful of. He can get up there in a hurry.
Yeah, definitely. And the more they battle, that's going to allow Glen more opportunity to scoot on up there. And Glen's last lap of 1:13.1. That's a really good lap.
Man, I tell you what, that's incredible. Mario Girard's last was a 1:13.4, so that's going to help Glen move up a little bit more. Slowly but surely. And as we're following, don't forget Chris Hogan back there in 6th position. He has hung on pretty good back there, man. He hasn't fallen back real far. He's still in bird's eye view of the pack in front of him. He's got about if I had to guess, about a 3-second, make that about a 5-second gap in between Glen Sidman and Chris Hogan there. But still a good job all in all, as Chris Hogan's last lap was a 1:13.6. So that's a good job. Big improvement for Chris Hogan we've seen over the past few weeks.
Yeah, no doubt. He's definitely really stepped up his game in the last few weeks. We've seen a lot of improvement out of him.
And it definitely shows. I want to throw out a word for our sponsor there as we look at the number 6 car of the number 10 car in 6th place of Chris Hogan. I want to thank GetDirtyMX.com for being on board with us all season long and sponsoring the GV8 season all season long, as well as the GTCC, which we'll bring to you live tomorrow night at our normal broadcast time. And I can't wait to get back to the GTCC, Kane, as it's been a 2-week absence. It's really been 3 weeks since we've had a broadcast from the GTCC, so it'll be really good to see those guys back on track at Circuit Zolder in Belgium tomorrow night. That's going to be fun.
It is going to be fun. If I remember correctly, that could possibly be. Well, it's Zolder. That's a good race. I'm anxious to see it.
I am too, man. I can't wait. Going to be really cool to see. Looking around the track, though, going back to our sponsor, for the one race we decided to get together. I joined together with Chris Hogan, and we decided to have a Get Dirty MX paint scheme run together and have a team for one race. So even if it's for one race, we wanted to do a little thank you out to the sponsor. And as you look around the track, not only are we running the paint scheme, if you look on a lot of the cars, like at our leader, Nigel Baines, he has a big tribute to GetDirtyMX.com on his car several times throughout the year. I don't think it's on there this week, but he's had it on the back quarter panel of his car almost all year long, and we've also seen it from other drivers as well, Kane. So a lot of support for our sponsor, GetDirtyMX.com, all season long. Been good to see.
Yeah, a lot of appreciation from us too for them. They've definitely been a big help in our broadcast, and we definitely appreciate them as well, and appreciate what they do for other young riders. It's good to see that our sponsor gives back to their racing community the way that they do, and helping to sponsor young up and coming riders with the equipment that they need to race, because as you know, it can be quite expensive getting into motocross, and for some of those kids it's the only way that they can afford to do it. So big thanks to Get Dirty MX, not only for the sponsorship, but also for the sponsorship that they give to other up and coming riders.
Definitely, 100%. One thing I want to point out right now is I was looking at the Get Dirty MX car of Chris Hogan. I noticed not Nigel Baines, pardon me, Tony Klusterman has fallen back from the 3rd position back to 6th place and is trying to make a pass on Chris Hogan right now. A good battle between the two happening right now as they go around the back straightaway, heading into turn 7 right here. This is really good. Chris Hogan gets a nice jump through 7 as they make the turn and head for the right-hander. The final turn here is known as turn 8. Only 8 turns here at Watkins Glen, and head down the start-finish line. Tony Klusterman gets into the wall a little bit there as an aggressive exit there, and it's going to lose about a half a second from Chris Hogan right there. Good battle going on between these two right now. Wonder what happened to Tony Klusterman though, Kane. He was doing good up there in 3rd with the battle with Mario Girard. So I'm going to check in on Mario, as Mario's moved up to 3rd place and now has a strong battling Glenn Sidman on his tail in 4th place, trying to get 3rd from him. So this is fun right here.
Yeah, anytime you got Glenn Sidman, the silent stalker, on your bumper, that's not a good sign. That's definitely something to worry about. So Mario Girard's probably not trying to look in his rearview mirror either.
Yeah, and Chris Hogan's moved up to 5th place currently, and Tony Klusterman's now in 6th, so that's cool. They're not too far away from Glenn Sidman. Fun battles up at the front right now.
Camera on Glenn Sidman. I want to give a big shout out to Jacob. So hello, Jacob. Your dad's doing a great job.
Whoa. Yes, he is. Big trouble as Mark Myers goes into the wall nose first. Mario Girard got off-road for a minute as to avoid the accident. He gets back on fine and is going to lose a position to Glenn Sidman, so he will lose that 3rd place position as Glenn Sidman comes in front of him, and that is a crucial time here on lap number 24 of 26. So as the race starts to wind down, folks, this gets really crucial for running room. Also want to go back.
See that, Jacob? Your good luck. As soon as I mention you, Dad takes over 3rd position. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is pretty neat right there. Good job right there. Looking on at our leader, Nigel Baines, right now, doing a fantastic job. He's fixing to come up on Avery McDonald up here in the 9th position. Avery done a really good job of holding down ninth position. That's a really fantastic job for a broadcaster to come in here. Oh, we have trouble. J.D. Smith gets a little loose right there on the turn. He's going to have to wait for the leaders to come by, and that is big trouble there for the number 24 GetDirtyMX.com car, back in 16th place. Tell you what, Nigel Baines, good thing he gets through all right, and he's leading this race here on lap number 25. Will be fun to see if he can hang on to it in Spotty Dog Cake Marsden Ford Falcon, see if he can get a win back to back from last week, bud. Well, as we're looking right now, his only threat right now is Greg Carr, and Greg Carr is probably about that 10-second mark back from him, so it's going to be hard for him to do with just about a lap and a half left in the race currently. But going back to that third position, the number 83, we talked about him just before the action there, Glen Sidman, battling really good through the bus stop right now with Mario Girard right there on his tail in fourth. This is fun battle. Good job by the number 83 driver to hold off the 27 of Mario Girard. Tell you what, the two top battles of the race have got to go to Mario Girard and Glen Sidman, and then the second battle I've seen that's been such a great one so far to this point has got to go to Tony Kloosterman and Chris Hogan. Chris Hogan doing a really good job back there with Tony Kloosterman. He was holding him off for a long time. Tony just got a chance to peek around him and did, and here we are on the final lap, folks. This is the final lap of race one. We see Mario Girard get a little wide a second ago right there coming through turn one. And that's going to cause some trouble right there. That's going to make it even harder for him to pass Glen Sidman here on this final lap, Kane. There you see him going up through the S section uphill, heading to the straightaway. And they hit the straightaway full blast ahead. Mario's got a good jump off the straightaway, Kane. He gets all the way to the very bumper. He's going to try to go to the outside to make a move, the inside, and they hit the bus stop. He has to get on the brakes too early. He's not going to be able to make that pass. Here you see him going around the carousel right now, and Glen Sidman doing a fantastic job. He's tucking that car in nice and tight. He's got a perfect exit there on the carousel. It's actually going to give him a hair of space and a little bit of breathing room here as you see him heading down towards turn number 6, 7, and 8. And this is the best, one of the most difficult parts of the track to me. A lot of trouble happens right here, as we saw from myself earlier. But just a killer job. Mario's going to try to make a move on the inside, not going to have enough space. They head towards the start-finish line. Mario gets wide, gets a little squirrely, and they're going to finish. Glen Sidman gets the final podium spot. Big congratulations goes out to our winner of the race, Nigel Baines, who was up there in the 36th position, won first place. And I'll do a final rundown, of course, in just a moment. I want to watch some more cars cross the finish line. Here we see Nils Jordan coming around turn 8, and Nils Jordan doing a good job of crossing the finish line here in 7th position. Good job for him. Daniil Mankoff making the final turn, coming towards the start-finish line in the 8th position. And the first of the broadcasters to cross the finish line in just a little bit should be the number 29 car of Avery McDonald. And then behind him should be Kyle Herron, cross the finish line. Jason Lundy, Jason Fox, Peter Hebron, Kane Kraft, and Mark Myers. I'll do a full rundown in just a second. I was just getting ahead of myself there. This is how they finished up here in race 1, Kane. It was a really good race all in all for the first race here at Watkins Glen. Congratulations goes out to the number 36 driver of the Spotty Dog Cake M Squared Ford Falcon, Nigel Baines, on a back-to-back win. He won at Brands Hatch last week, ladies and gentlemen, in week 9. Here he comes in week 10 and takes the victory again. Killer job there by the number 36 driver. He had a strong battle in number 5, who gets the second place here. That is Greg Carr in the Can-Am Motorsports Ford Falcon. That's a good job by Greg Carr to defend some points. And the last spot on the podium goes to the number 83. The silent stalker Glen Sidman gets third, and Mario Girard is ends in fourth place in the number 27. Fifth place goes to Tony Kloosterman in the number 121 car. A good job by Tony to rebound after that trouble when he fell from third to sixth. Chris Hogan's able to finish in the 6th position. Good job by the number 10 GetDirtyMX.com Ford Falcon. In 7th goes to the Redback Ford Falcon driver in the number 9. That's Nils Jordan. Good job by Nils to finish 7th. 8th goes to Daniil Menenkoff, while Avery McDonald does a fantastic job and finishes in the 9th position. Kyle Herron finishes in 10th. That rounds out our top 10. The second half of the field goes like this. 11th goes to the number 14 driver of Jason Lundy in the Woody's Lures Ford Falcon. Jason Fox finishes in 12th. Peter Hebron does a great job and finishes in 13th. 14th goes to the number 19 Bones Ford Falcon driver of Kane Craft. 15 goes to Mark Myers and the 04 Fago Ford Falcon. 16th goes to the number 24 GetDirtyMX.com Ford Falcon JD Smith. 17th goes to the number 92 car of Trevor Pickett. Zach Baker in the number 513 finishes in 18th, and that's how they run here in race 1. And it was a fantastic run there in race 1. Some guys had a couple bites of trouble, but I think all in all they rebounded quite well. What do you think overall, Kane, in there in race 1?
I think it was a great race. I think those guys up front were definitely battling hard, and they are battling for position. So for that championship, and so as we see each week winding down, we're definitely seeing the competition get a little bit stiffer with those guys, and this season's definitely been a growing season of growth for many of these drivers, like Chris Hogan, Nils Jordan, Mauro Gerard. They've all really stepped up their game and has really increased their skill level this year and is really driving great.
Yeah, another 2 drivers I don't want to leave out that have grown tremendously. I'll throw in 3. One is Jason Lundy, really stepped it up a lot. Kyle Herron is in that list as well. And another one I want to throw in there that's shown a lot of improvement lately is Peter Hebron has really started to show up, and not only in the GV8s, he's done good in the GTCC this season as well. So good job for the number 6 Martini Ford Falcon driver, Peter Hebron as well. Well, that'll round out our race 1. Don't go anywhere, because shortly we got race 2 coming right up, and you're not going to want to miss it. There's tons of fun. But the winner first for the Broadcaster Challenge does go to the number 29 driver of Avery McDonald. We want to congratulate him on winning the first of 2 races of the Broadcaster Challenge, and we'll see how things wind out after race 2, bud. Any final thoughts on race 1 before we move on?
I don't think so. It was a great race. It was a lot of fun to watch. Congratulations to Nigel Baines and Greg Carr. Had a great race. Glen Sidman, the silent stalker, moving up into 3rd. Fantastic race.
And a good job there on the shout out to Jacob right there. I enjoyed that.
Shout out to Jacob. Keep making her dad eat his veggies. It done good. Got him up into 3rd. So keep him healthy.
Yeah, man, I might need to start eating me some veggies there. I got it down there in 16th, buddy. Yeah, Kane, you started out back behind me after the mess up at the beginning and fought all the way back to finish 14th, man. That's pretty good stuff, buddy. Yeah. That's hard to do.
Well, I think I might have gained a position or 2, but yeah, it was definitely a tough race, but what do you do? They can't all be perfect, and we weren't in here racing for points, so I didn't want to screw up anybody's race that was racing for points, and there was definitely some guys in there racing for points, and so just want to try to stay out of their way. And definitely once I got back on track and got going, that was my goal. There was a little space in between the front pack and the back pack, and that's just where I wanted to kind of slide in there and stay, and it kind of worked out for the most part.
Yeah, you did a great job, man. You didn't get into anybody like I did. I felt terrible there with Daniil Menenkoff and me going into turn 1 like that. We were 3 wide going into turn 1, and when you're in the middle, what can you do? It was just terrible decision by me. I should have slowed and let those guys buy away before that turn 1. But, that's part of learning, I reckon. I don't, still trying to learn this thing and learn this machine, and one thing I've learned about the V8 after today is you can't make it move when you want it to. Sometimes the heavy fridge on wheels will go, even when you're on the brakes, it's still going to slide. So that's it's a tough lesson to learn the hard way, but we really had fun, and we're going to bring you race 2 in just a moment, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with race number 2.